back with another video. Today I wanted to show off the painted Ghost Rider / Rider of Chaos / Kitbash Outrider that I previewed in my last video. As of last count, I saw I had 206 views, so if anyone who is here watching the update to that previous video, I appreciate the views. So without further ado, let's take a look at this guy. I personally like what I have done with him. He came out pretty well. I used what I would think an unnecessary and unprecedented method on the armor, and that being I used typhus corrosion with a little bit of blue paint mixture into it to kind of give him a blue teal / horror / like ghostly appearance. I did use some blood for the blood god on some of the engine exhaust towards the back, and then just use some Rathkar flesh and Screaming Skull on the tires to kind of give the tires there a skull-like appearance, to just kind of give it like a different hue, a different color scheme, something you just don't typically see on an Outrider. Now, I do have two other Outriders in my collection that I'm thinking about adding, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about doing those. I kind of have a red and gold paint scheme in mind for some of them, or maybe both. I do have a couple of more skulls from the Citadel Skull collection that I was thinking about adding as maybe different heads, and make this into like some kind of a chain gang, or just like some kind of chaos spirits gang that I don't know. I like the Outriders. I just think they could use some additional kits or additional parts or pieces to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. You know, as part of the Indominus box, I'm just not there yet in regards to really liking how these guys look. They just look way too plain, which is the other problem I have with other Primaris Marines that are out at the moment. I'm not a fan of the Primaris Marines in general. I don't know if that's a general opinion of other people that play just the regular Space Marines. I know you can take bits and pieces and bits and bobs from other kits and smash them together to make them more detailed, and that's perfectly fine. I just A, do not have the financial resources to do that, and B, do not have the patience to do that, let alone the skill level to do that. Now, of course, there's other YouTubers out there that if you guys want to go watch them, that they have definitely had better experience and better success in regards to kit bashing Space Marine miniatures together. I personally am a fan of, personal shout out here to Mr. Chapter Master Valric and his last roll protocol put together of all his Marines. And of course, there's Wolf Lord Rowe, there's Luton, there's a bunch of other people online there. Mini Wargaming is a perfect resource. I watch a lot of their battle reports and everything just to get painting ideas. It's fun to just look at all their armies and see how they paint theirs, and just get some general ideas of how you could go about painting up different armies and just having them look the way you want them to look. I really think this guy came out successfully. Now, I'm not calling him completely 100% finished. Obviously, I have the base to do. And I kind of have an idea of what I would like to do. I've never tried this before, but I'm going to try and go for a lava base. I've watched some tutorial videos on how to do it, and I'm excited to do it. The only problem is I don't have the actual technical paint that I would want to use for it. I believe there's some kind of like sterling mud or some kind of general mud that you're supposed to use, and you're supposed to let it sit and cure for about an hour after you paint the base. So I think you can paint it with a couple of different oranges and yellows, and then you put that technical paint on top of it. And what I believe happens is, as the paint dries, it kind of cracks, and you get the yellow and orange tint lava glow underneath it through the cracks. So that's how you kind of get the random lava flow on your base. And I thought with this guy, that would look pretty freaking cool. You know, make him look like he's driving through a lava terrain and he's coming like out of the gates of hell, you know, to raise hell, you know, as a chaos rider. I would think that would be kind of cool. So that's what I'm going to go for. I just need to get that technical paint. There's a couple local stores in my area that I might hit up to see if they have some of that paint in general in stock. I know my camera here is not the best, guys. I am working with a laptop camera, so I apologize if you can't see all the details on this. There is purplish blue smoke on the back there, if you guys can see that. I know with the background here, you can see that I did do a Abaddon black paint job on the chassis and general plating of the armor. And I also used a bit of the spikes on the top there from a regular, I believe it came from a blade guard of Chaos with the Corn Demons. That's just that little piece here on the top. Just pulled that as a little random kit. And then, of course, the skulls from the Citadel Skulls collection, and you know, the teeth there at the top there on the front, that's just from the Citadel Skulls collection as well. So a lot of this was just bits and bobs that you can find randomly. And the chains I believe I got from a Chaos Demon set as well. It might have been Be'lakor, because I just got the Be'lakor model, and there was a couple of loose chains from his set that were still sitting around that I thought maybe I could somehow kitbash this together. And it's technically a chain, it's technically a flail. I like it. The flail I did add a bit of Typhus Corrosion to, and then did some Rise of Dust and then Blood of the Blood God mixed, kind of to give it the rusted, bloody, I've been through this shit kind of look to it. You know, like if you see these flails coming at you, you know you're in deep trouble kind of, you know, situation there. For points / use in a game, I am still thinking I'm going to go with the rules for the Outriders. Specifically, you know, for any attack and any shooting phase, I'm still going to adhere to those specific rules if I were to use him on the battlefield. Now, obviously, I would, you know, adhere to the rules of that and probably put him in a chaos, you know, running army. But I would, of course, adhere to the decision of my opponent, that being my brother-in-law Jordan. You know, we do play and face off against each other, and everybody's going to moan and groan about this, but he plays Tau. I know, I know. I just said the word that should be expunged from all Warhammer. I know, and God forbid if they get a new codex this year. Ugh. But yeah, you know, this is something that would look cool on the battlefield, but in no means, methods, or any kind of rule set would it be legal. So this is the guy I'm putting to the side. I'm gonna probably finish him sometime soon, hopefully. When I am done the base, I will do an upload of that as well and do a little random update about how he's doing and how he, you know, looks finished. With that in mind, with the lava base that I mentioned previously, I may add some extra skulls to the base. I don't know. I'm going to try and see if I can find some other random bits and bobs for the base that I might be able to put onto this. A lot of the models these days are coming with very detailed and intricate bases, so there's possibility that I might be able to find some randomness to this. I'm thinking maybe some miscellaneous flames, maybe some skulls. I was thinking originally some like pikes or spikes or something coming out of the ground. but there's not enough space on there to really justify the spikes. Like, I kind of want him to look as if he's riding through something. At the same time, I kind of realized I glued him to the base a little too early, because I could have, maybe tilted the bike to the side, making it look like he's making like a bank or a turn. And I'm like, ugh, why didn't I think of that before I glued him to the base? So I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit on that, but hey, it is what it is. So hopefully I'll have an upload or a new video on the status of this guy relatively soon. Can't wait to show it off. Additionally, I have one other surprise / couple of randomness announcements. Number one, my next project is going to be this dude. I'm sure you guys all recognize him. He's just recently came out, just recently finished undercoating. He looks great with the undercoat so far. I'm very pleased with how he came out undercoated. This is, of course, AKOR. So AKOR is going to be my next big painting project. Probably going to take about, I don't know, probably a couple of weeks at most. So here's the other thing with AKOR. Mr. AKOR, I am following the painting tutorial on the Warhammer TV site. I thought about doing different colors for him, making his skin red and the wings kind of fleshy colored and black or something on those lines. And I just couldn't justify doing that. I wanted to, and I was just, I felt like, that would be fun, it would be cool, but at the same time, I just don't know how it would look. And he's such an intricate and wonderfully put together model that I just couldn't justify doing it and messing him up. So in that regard, I am going to follow along on the tutorial, and I believe it's Peachy that does the tutorial video for that. So I will have that video playing in the background sometime later today, just doing the first couple of phases of him, probably the dry brushing of the skin and the wings, and I believe I'll probably even be doing some of his base later today, just to get him up and going. And I'm excited to see his rules for Warhammer 40k. I know the box, when you get him, comes with the Age of Sigmar rules, but I don't really play Age of Sigmar. Point being, I do have a Khorne Demon army that I could run if I wanted to play Age of Sigmar, but I mainly use those as a supplemental / separate detachment for my Black Legion. So I'm kind of looking to run him with my Black Legion, which would make my Black Legion ridiculously powerful, but it's perfectly fine with me. Hey, more power, more fun, right? But I don't believe his rules are out until there's a separate campaign book, and the name escapes me at the moment, that is coming soon. It's supposed to have his rules, and I think it's even going to have rules for the new Sister of Battle Commander. I think she's in like some kind of exosuit, or she's a Lord of Terra, and the name for her escapes me at the moment. So I will, maybe I will do an update video in regards to those two models when they are announced. So that campaign book and that sister model definitely up there in regards to models that I would love to get my hands on at some point this year whenever they are announced. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.